The end is near. Let's play Ace Combat 0.
We have confirmed that the aircraft that attacked our base belonged to the major rebel organization, A World with No Boundaries. This highly organized renegade army is comprised of soldiers from numerous countries, including Osea, Sapin, and of course Belka. They are believed to possess a massive arsenal of weapons. The coup forces are gathered at Mud, in northern Belka, where they've confiscated the Avalon Dam facility from the Belkan army. What's worse, we've discovered that this facility houses an experimental V2 weapon. Unfortunately, it took us a long amount of time to uncover this information due to the facility's location beneath the dam's waters. Proceed immediately to Avalon and destroy the V2 weapon. Note that B7R blocks your route from Belay Airbase to Mud. You will most likely encounter fierce resistance from the crew forces of both B7R and Mud. Remember to be prepared for attacks from land, air, or elsewhere when choosing which aircraft to pilot. This mission will succeed upon the destruction of the V2 of the target area and your safe return to base. Now go destroy that weapon and come back in one piece. Anything else is unacceptable.
It really is.
Well, what can they honestly do about it, really? It's like, oh yeah, anything else is unacceptable, so... well, shit, who do we got as backup if Cypher and PJ fail?
Oh wait, we don't. That's exactly the point, we don't. Look at this puny plane.
So yeah, they made a specific point of saying be prepared for just about anything, because, fun fact about this mission, this is the last time you're going to be able to choose a plane and weapons in the game. You go
if you're just playing new game anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you're playing just as a straight new game, you go straight from this mission right into the finale.
Well, what plane better to have than the F-15, known for its durability and awesome weapons?
Yeah.
It's very quiet. Like, only the briefing guy is actually talking to us. And then, oh wait, here's this guy.
Alright, launch preparations complete.
Yeah, like...
I guess everyone really is off fighting the war here.
Yeah, like... and plus, you've got to remember that, like... not even a week ago, Valet was just bombed to hell, too. Like, I love how...
the runway looks fine to me.
I know, and like the buildings are still in one piece and everything. They've really repaired this place. They must have good contractors here.
Why do you think Belka wanted to take everything over? It's like, they must have built a wonder before they did, so they wanted it, but they couldn't get it.
I'll be back.
God, don't shit up the moment, PJ. It's the last time we're going to see that airbase. Well, not the last time, but, you know, we got to come back in one piece.
Yeah.
Pass through B7R.
So yeah, it's
an awful place, but the
kind of appropriate that it's one hell of a shitty day that we're flying this mission on.
I always wondered about the logistics of these long-range flights. You're flying from, like, the south end of the continent all the way to the north end of the continent. Are you going to have enough fuel? I would imagine you get refueling, but it's like, how long can a plane actually stay in the air, and how long would it take to, like, make this travel?
I
always wonder those things. No one's asked that question yet, so I think it's time for to ask it. Because they do this shit in Ace Combat 5, like, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like, you're just flying halfway across the continent. Like, for part of them transferring or something, so they're taking their planes with them.
Well, remember, like, these are planes that can carry, like, 100 missiles on them, so, you know, there's a certain leeway involved here.
God, listen to this nerd.
Target acquired.
Sounds like he's listening to Linkin Park right now.
So, here's our first boss squadron for this mission.
Lord has built himself up quite a name. Let's see if he can live up to it.
So this is Wizard Squadron, this is our Knight Squadron, and as you can see, they're flying a flight of basically experimental, like, the These are more prototype planes that Project Ace has salvaged from the graveyard of history. F-16XLs.
What are you doing?
Oh, I would have imagined it was a regular plane. I thought you were going to refer to the YF planes, which is like, because it has the Y in it, means it is a prototype.
No, they're coming later, but yeah, like the fun fact about the F-16XLs that they send out against you is they're air-to-ground planes primarily. So these guys
Pretty
kinda
maneuverable.
Yeah.
As you were saying.
But yeah, these first guys kind of get worked over pretty quickly. But yeah, once the Black Widows show up, then things start to change.
Greed is the cause of all conflict.
No, it's not. It's culture. Greed is
Yeah.
just a symptom of clashing culture.
Yeah, no, you've got to keep in mind that Wizard 1 has his head so far up his ass, he can brush his own teeth when he goes to the bathroom.
I think the thing to be said about his entire squadron, there's a bunch of... Misfit doesn't do it justice. That's not even an understatement. It's just like, these guys are pretty fucked up in the head.
Yeah, no, Wizard Squadron is basically a cult if you look at, like, the assault records and the background information.
Yeah, they tried to assassinate the president of Osea, apparently?
Yeah.
This is a cool flyby shot. I saw this when you let me see this for a bit. How did you... You know what? I don't ever recall these games getting, like, before Ace Combat 6, getting this much missiles shoved up your ass like this, and it's like there's crossfire everywhere. It's like never happens. Maybe I just don't remember it, but... Like, these guys are going crazy on you. God, I bet that guy's wearing eyeliner.
Yeah, he's like the Matt Miller of the squadron. For those
And
of you
there's
who
the
played Saints Row.
YF-23A.
Yeah.
That was the F-22 prototype, wasn't it? The YF-22.
It was the competition plane that went up against it.
Okay, okay. They both have similar capabilities, and they both have stealth. So
Yeah.
that means it's bad news for you. You know, I think only Ace Combat 4 is the one that really did anything with the stealth mechanics that actually kept them off of your HUD until you got really close to them.
There's a little bit of that in 5 and 0. Like, when the F-35s show up in Mission 11, Hoffnung, they, like, sort of fade in and out very, like, faintly on the radar.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And by the
Yeah.
way, you know, how's an F-35 in the air? How can that thing even dogfight? Like, come on.
I don't know, it's Belka. Belka's capable of pulling off some engineering miracles, so who knows, maybe they got it to work in 1995.
Well, did you see that, like, 6-8 jet-powered aircraft carrier thing? And, you know, this is in the 90s. In 2040, we're still using Zeppelins, apparently. So apparently we're downgrading ever since that nuclear pact was signed.
Yeah, no, I keep saying, like, Electrosphere is weird.
Well, okay, let's just be honest here. This was way before they decided any of this super weapon stuff.
I know.
What? Ace Combat 4 was... I don't remember Ace Combat 4. I don't think there... No.
Stonehenge.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
And
Luigi!
again, but that's spoiling the shit out of everything.
I know. I started with Ace Combat 5, so my first experience was that super weapon there. Which was awesome in every possible way.
And of course, this is an interesting little bit to the fight here. So, Wizard 1, the coward that he is, spawns only after you've destroyed the rest of the Wizard Squadron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a special
Of course he's
spawn.
flying. Of course he's flying 23A too.
Yeah.
Man, this guy. You know, this guy's getting what he's deserving. Let's just say that the way he talks.
Yeah, like, I mentioned it in the post that's going up, but, like, there's like, you know those 3, like, sort of concept game pieces, like, that Brave Arms, Second Season 01 and whatnot that Project Aces did that were supposedly set in Strange Real?
Yeah.
Apparently in Second Season 01, like, he actually shows up on, like, basically an evidence board as a murder victim, So I'm going like, you know what? I'm completely okay with
That's
this.
good. Mercenary Squadron. Look at that. Look at that paint job right there. These guys are like the Harlem Globetrotters of the Ace Combat world. Look at that.
I thought
Look at that.
Jeez, I thought Sorcerer was the Soldier Squadron.
You're the Demon Lord. I've been waiting for this.
No, that's Galt. That has to be Galt. This has to be
Oh.
Mercenary.
Okay.
How have you forgotten this?
I don't know.
And by the way, Sorcerer Squadron is something special.
Can't you read your IFF? We're allies, not enemies.
Hey, PJ. Comm chatter or fighting? What do you think is the most important thing right now?
He's got to get that preaching in. Come on, man.
I noticed they spawned all spread out like that. Are they all? I think they're all piloting the F-15S.
Yeah, they're all MTDs for this one. Wizard's the only one that has the split squadron.
Those lines will give birth to new conflict.
But yeah, you're right. I really do love the paint schemes that Wizard or Sorcerer fields.
The what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I didn't know this myself, but there was the talk about a book that the whole World Without Borders was based on, about the Mother Goose. You remember, if you recall I think you made it in the post there.
Yeah,
about
Dr.
how
Snark mentioned it to me when we were recording for the last mission. But yeah, it's the Once and Future King.
Yeah, and Merlin was transforming Arthur into a bunch of animals so that he would learn something, and that's what the goose told him. If man could fly, there would be no conflict, because there would be no borders, because they're in the sky.
Yeah.
You can't draw a line in the air. Well, Legend of the Galactic Heroes like to talk to you about that.
Yeah, plus I was gonna say, like, that damn goose never prefigured, like, I don't know, fighter jets.
Target hit.
Well, you can't lock onto a goose with heat-seeking missiles. Sidewinder missiles, I should say. Oh god, every time I say side... You know what, no one's gonna know where this is coming from, but you know that that A10 picture I showed you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that came from the XCOM thread. Oh man. You should just post it in the thread anyway.
I don't think I have the link to that one anymore.
It's still in our Skype. Or maybe you can just like throw it over the video. You know, this isn't even about A10s, I just had to bring it up though, because I just said Sidewinder.
That picture is all kinds of dirty.
Bandits down.
Like, that's the most shameful picture I've ever seen.
Of a plane, of all things. Actually, not for me, I've seen worse, but you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I've seen Ace Combat Zero fan art. Like, I'm not talking about, like, the awesome stuff that, like, Squirrels posted in the thread and done, but I mean, like, weird shit.
Time for a perfect world without restrictions or wars.
Well, if you don't want any restrictions, go up and fly past the altitude limit.
He's going to destroy everything. The Demon Lord is just as good as they say.
Is this the same voice actor for that guy in the 5th game?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that is Bo Billingsley. Once again, playing another black fighter pilot.
Target hit.
Well, he's good at it.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, like... Basically, Palmer is sort of like the anti-Snow in, this game.
Nice drift. If you shoot him down... Oh, that was masterful. See, you can... But you can't use UGDs.
Yeah, no, that will never happen, ever.
You gotta be like me and drop one on a plane. To be fair, that was really easy. They actually increased the hitbox size for that shit.
Oh god.
And they give you 4 minutes to hit a moving like a straight moving target that does not drift at all. Is this strange weather his doing?
No, that strange feeling, like he's calling forward to what he says in his final interview. Like, basically, like, for the first time ever, when fighting Cypher for the first time, like, he's fucking terrified right now. Like, his hands are shaking on the stick and whatnot, like...
I was just gonna make a harp reference, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, we've got enough conspiracy shit in this game already.
You know, I'm kind of surprised Harp wasn't a thing in Ace Combat, like using lightning to try to strike down airplanes.
Well, you never know, Ace Combat 7 is still coming down the pipe.
They still haven't done anything. They just showed us that trailer like a few months back, and there's still nothing new on it. I'm a bit disappointed in that.
Like, I don't know
I
if
think
I'm
it's going to be PS4 only, and they want to like use VR with it, so I'm skeptical because every time they come out with this gimmick crap that they try to sell with this particular game in that, yeah, it usually ends up being not good, if history has taught us anything. But Ace Combat 7, it's like, shit, back to Strange Reel?
Yeah.
Where do we even go? I mean, we've been all over the world with all the games. Maybe some bridging the gap between 3 and the rest.
Yeah.
There has to be, because...
haven't really been to Verusa yet, in any meaningful way. Like, there's still, like, a weird sort of unexplored portion of the map over there.
Then there's Yuktobania in general, but, I mean, we've already had, like, the war, but there's, like... We already had Ace Combat 5, and we kind of went to Yuktobania, so I don't know, they probably wouldn't do that. This guy is, like, dodging all the shots.
Yeah, this is
not
the
gonna have
last
any
one.
missiles left for the next mission.
Yeah,
Imagine if on Ace difficulty they made it so that you carry over what you had, and then you'd be fucked.
Oh god, yeah.
3 missions
ammo.
with like 50 missiles, and that's all you get. That would be bad. Remember those words, by the way. That Wizard probably said it, but you got to remember those words. Oh man, were those forward sweat? Oh yes, that plane fucking rules.
Yep.
That's the plane I'm going to be flying in the next one of Ace Combat 3.
Yeah, the Su-47 Berkut.
I thought it was the 43. Look at how badass that plane is. That plane is better than your plane.
Yeah. So, fun fact. Holy
Look at that!
Yeah. But, basically, Galt 1, the game really undersells it, but he's basically the big bad of Ace Combat 0.
Is he Anton?
Yeah, that's Anton Kupchenko.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never actually... I never really looked over those Ace records when I played, so it's like I didn't know this stuff.
Yeah, so this guy whose squadron we're facing off right here, this is the guy who is basically running and founded a world with no boundaries.
Is he Belkan? Or is he... Okay, so this is a Belkan squadron then.
Yeah. Yeah, Wizard and Sorcerer were both Ocean, and Galt is a Belkan. And this maneuver that they're pulling on me right here, where they basically just come in and they swoop all around you, and then they just zip around from all directions, that's actually named in-game. It's called the Golden Cage.
Oh, it's working pretty well.
Yeah,
at least you haven't got hit this time like you have in the others. You said it was named in the game?
Yeah. Like, they name drop it, like, in the dialogue along here somewhere.
Steer to the right in 3 seconds. Retain corner velocity.
Well, like, the whole point of the soldier difficulty is that these people are professionals. Knights are idealists, and mercenaries are hardcore badasses who just kill everybody.
If you want to survive.
Man, that's like a thinly veiled threat on its own.
Yeah.
Look at that plane! Just look at how cool those planes are. With the forward swept wings of awesomeness.
The enemy's locked onto you.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe that it's only a prototype.
No, they really do. Ace Combat 3 calls it a 43, like the Su-43, not 47. Maybe.
Really?
Depends on when the plane came out, I guess, because Ace Combat 3 was like the 90s, so maybe it wasn't even a thing yet. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, I think primarily, like, the 47 was basically the test bed for, like, the Su-50.
Well, the one
the,
Ace
or
Combat
the
3 has...
TU-50?
The one I'm thinking about from these Ace Combat games has, like, the single rectangular engine. And the one in Ace Combat 3 has, like, the twin engines as you're seeing on your F-15 here, so it depends. I mean, I've seen it. I know it's there. I might be thinking of different planes. You know, speaking of overwhelming, no one's really shooting at anybody yet.
I know, yeah. I don't know what is going on with these guys. I think they're just trying to fuck with you at this point.
They're pretty good at it because they got the most maneuverable plane in the entire world. Oh, wait, that's F-32, my bad. F-22.
Yeah. Like, this one, like, probably just because of the fact that there is, like, 8 of them and they come at you all at once, they give you a little bit more breathing room than Sorcerer and Wizard do.
Should have used XLAA.
Nah, the, QAM, I want accuracy over, like,
That was accurate. Dasher and
Shut
Dora be
up.
proud.
Shut up. Shut up.
Next thing you know, you're gonna fly into a space station and pretend you got blown up in it.
That already happened.
It could happen again.
I don't know, depends on if I can talk Blind Sally into doing a remaster of Shadows of the Empire.
Just code it from the ground up. Do it all yourself.
Bandits down. Nice shooting.
Yeah, no, if I did like a redo of Shadows of the Empire, I'd do it in like a Plinkett review style.
Golem 1, missile evaded.
What's wrong with Shadows of the Empire? Well, shit, let me break it down for you in full graphic detail. Number 1, everything.
What do you give it out of 10? I'd say 4.5. Oh, that was like the easiest dodge ever and you didn't do it. Why did you do that? Why did you just take a missile like that?
Because I thought it was gonna go over me.
Yeah, that's easy to do in these games. Missiles are horribly inaccurate in 4, 5, and 6, I guess. And yet in Ace Combat 3, they pull off the most bullshit fucking maneuvers ever.
Yeah, like...
They'll fucking... You know what? The AI cheats, as I found out, is that they'll fire missiles that fly faster than yours and also turn worse than QAMs and 4 do. You know that game has boss fights?
What game?
3.
Oh,
And
really?
it's really just a missile that comes out of a balloon and like turns on a dime and hits you because you can't.
Just
I'm
the
not
way you
fucking
set that up. A missile that comes out of a balloon.
Turns on a dime and then hits you. It
God
will. It
damn.
fucking homes in like 100% perfect. You can't do anything about it unless you fly faster than it, and it flies faster than your missile.
Oh my god.
And you have to make about 12 different passes to kill it. Because it's also spraying flak like all in like every single direction known to mankind.
Oh,
So you can't really get that close to it either.
Jesus.
You have to be this close as you're like 2000 something here to actually get a missile lock because of the way the game has physics and meters.
Radar lock.
But yeah, there was something else I just wanted to very briefly touch on before like this fight wraps up. But in the last roundtable video, like I mentioned that PJ was capable of actually taking down like enemy boss aces and whatnot. Like
Yeah.
it's not in this recording, but it was in one of the failed recordings that I trashed against Galt. That he actually took one of them down, and like they like flat out said like, geez, that number 2 plane is actually pretty decent. Like, they said that over the radio after he took one of them down. So it is possible.
I appreciate that, but I also appreciate that PJ said this is just a checkpoint, so I can't die. just like you know what I'm talking about. The meta of video gaming right there is like checkpointing means you'll respawn. So it's like, so we know what's. I want to air horn that, but you know. Oh man.
Calm 2, Fox 2.
Yeah, he would be pretty good though if he shot down a Su-47 and that dinky little crap he's flying.
But yeah.
Well, all the borders around you just got eliminated. Enjoy that, fucker.
I was gonna say, keep talking, Doc. Meanwhile, we're gonna go shoot down your big fuck-off nuke.
And we're gonna destroy everything around it for good measure.
Down. There has been no change in plans. Stay on course to target destination.
Wow, that was a marathon.
Well, I just wish they just, like... It wouldn't really make for good gameplay, but if you had to, like, fight all 3 of them at once, I would be cool with that.
Now, Ace's Cure Planes can handle that one. I'm not doing that shit.
So strong. An Allied Forces squadron approaching from a different route should be arriving at the rendezvous point anytime.
Who's this guy?
Seems the coup force.
This ain't our briefing guy.
Maintain your present course and rendezvous
The
with Allied squad.
AWACS Eagle Eye takes over briefing duties from here on out because we're out on the field.
Sure, a
I
lot
know,
of
I
eyes in the
always-
sky, huh?
Yeah, I know. I always found that a rather nice touch that they did that for the final couple missions.
This is a checkpoint. I can't die. I didn't even know he could say that. That was beautiful. I don't know if he said it before, but I just like when I looked up and I saw that, everything just clicked. Okay, that you've got like you've got good missions coming up, and the next mission rules. I've been Loon.
See you later.